Hello traders everywhere, Adam Hewison here coming to you from the digital studios of MarketClub. It's Thursday, it's the 16th of October, and we can see a sea of red that's on this portfolio of the Dow 30. These are some of the largest and oldest companies in the world. Coca-Cola has been around for over 100 years. But we're going to start with just looking at the Dow itself and the action. As you can see, we have three red triangles. And if you mouse over them, you'll see the date. This is on Monday, October 13th. We had a signal there to say the trend had turned in the Dow. But before that, we had like an early warning canary in the mine signal with our weekly trade triangle. And that was on September 29th. So you can see we've had warnings that something was coming big, and we didn't know what it was, whether it was Ebola or whether it was ISIS or whether just the total kind of disorganized response from the White House. We didn't know what it was, but the reality is that was an early warning signal. So we're also going to be looking at two stocks. Actually, it was three when I wrote the piece, but it's actually only two stocks now because Wal-Mart, the third stock, actually gave a signal today that the trend had changed. Now, the two stocks above that, Coca-Cola and Nike, are both in uptrends. And if you wanted to buy anything, these are the stocks you should probably focus on because they have not broken down into a downtrend. A lot of people are trying to pick the bottom here, but why not buy stocks that are really well financed, been around for a long time, and the chart formation looks good. So the key thing is here, two things you can look at. One, if you go to the right, you can see a little thing that says chart, which you can just click on. That gives you a chart. Further to the right, you see Smart Scan Analysis, tells you exactly what's going on. And then to the furthest to the right, you can download the data for that particular market. So let's go to the Dow right now and take a look. As you can see, our first warning signal came right here on the 29th of September at 16,937. The market is over 900 points lower, and I think that's significant, and that's why how the trade triangles can help you stay out of trouble. The monthly kicked in here, indicating the reverse market was going to reverse trends to a negative trend. That kicked in at 16,333. So again, that was about 250 points higher. And the market is trying to do something. I don't know what it is, but we've seen this is almost like an exhaustion here this particular day. But nonetheless, there's no reason to jump in front of this and try and pick up a trend that is clearly down, trying to pick up bottom. It's not the way to do it. So let's move on to our first stock that we like, Coca-Cola. This is an interesting thing. As you can see, our two triangles, the monthly and the weekly, are still green, which is positive. We're in a 55, indicating a possible trading range, but this particular type formation, that's called a doji, and doji frequently refers to reversals. Now, if it stays like that and tomorrow we open higher, that's probably a very good sign that this market has put in a low for the time being, and you may see a pullback up to 43.5, 44 possibly. But again, this is a market that's in an uptrend. You're also back at the 50 line, which means support, and I think this is probably the lowest risk trade you can make right now on the long side of the market. Looking at Nike, still same picture there. You had a doji yesterday. You've had basically what they call an engulfing line today. If we close higher tomorrow, then I think there's a good chance that Nike has made a low, and we'll see a rally back up to maybe 88, even possibly to 90. But the bottom line is we've got support at 50 on their RSI, a very, very key thing to look at. So they're the stocks that we think are going to go higher. Now, we did think Walmart was going to do the same thing when we wrote the piece, but we didn't want to say anything. So that's reversed back down today. It's a negative trend for Walmart. You can see a big down day yesterday, and again, we had the signal before on the 15th at 75.57. It's just a couple of dollars lower. It's not a really sexy stock anymore, but it's a stock, but I wouldn't buy it right here. Now, here are some of the dogs of the Dow. This is ExxonMobil. Now, they've been suffering, of course, by the big meltdown in crude oil. You can see right here we had our first signal here at 101.32 that to get out of this market. The next signal came right here at 99, and you can see we're a good $10 lower than 101, almost $11. So it's a good move, 10% move that we've seen in this market, and I think potentially there's no reason to look to buy it right now, particularly with all the trade triangles moving in a southerly direction. Now, these are the ones that don't look good. This is Intel, minus 100. You can see the chart turned around. We got out of this very close to the highs, 34.43. The market's currently trading at 30.95. Still a good stock, but the reality is there's no reason to buy it for like a dead cat bounce, and that's what you'll be doing, buying it for a dead cat bounce. Boeing now. Boeing may be having problems if this Ebola problem continues to expand, because no one's going to want to buy planes. No one's going to want to travel by a plane anymore. So I think that could be a real concern of anybody buying this stock at the moment. We want to see, if we want to go and buy this stock, we want to see these trade triangles, the monthly and the weekly, turn back up. Very, very important. Now, Boeing's been around for obviously quite a while. It's been around 1916, so that's almost 100 years. So it's not going to go out of business, but it may not have any oomph to the upside. So there you have it. Exxon, Intel, Boeing, they all look pretty bad to us. And Coca-Cola and Nike look good. So they're the ones you should be focusing on. So again, don't try to pick bottoms in this market. It's a very, very expensive lesson. Wait for the market to tell you what it wants to do, and we can do that with our trade triangles. Hey, I'm Adam Hewison. Thanks for stopping by. Every success using our trade triangles and our technology. I think you'll find it'll keep you out of trouble, and it will make you money.